Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kim Cohen and I'm so grateful to have you here. Welcome! So, today I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about why I started creating Lightroom presets and why you should do it too. Ready? Let's get started. So for those of you who don't know what are presets are basically photo filters. That is what they are. Now, there is an app or like a software. I always call it an app because I do everything on the phone app. But there is a software called Lightroom. And on Lightroom, you can create your own filters. And on top of that, you can actually create them and then sell them. This Lightroom Presets was my first digital product that I created in 2019. But the whole idea behind it started in 2018. And I want to talk to you guys about that for a second. But let's even go further back. Let's start in 2014 when Miss Cohen here had this crazy idea of becoming a travel blogger. I decided to be a travel blogger before it was a thing. I do like to say that because it is very important because people didn't know what a travel blogger was. And that was a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing about it was that it was a new industry, so it was easier to grow online. But at the same time, it was also harder from a sense of like it was a new industry. So like no one really knew how to charge, what to charge, how to make money, all that fun and unfun stuff that comes with a new, I guess, industry's territory. And so when I first started to become a travel blogger, first and foremost, I just wanted to travel. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to travel the world, do the most amazingest, craziest bucket list shit on the planet, and then I wanted to get paid for it. So I started my blog. Now, here's the funny thing is like I started it and I was traveling, but I actually didn't really know how I was going to get paid to do it. So because travel blogging was a new industry at the time and no one really knew how to charge and what to charge and there was no like flat rate, everyone just did whatever they wanted. I didn't really know what to do with that. So although I'm not going to say I wasn't, I was definitely getting paid here and there for jobs as a travel blogger. I wasn't really making that much money. I would get a lot of shit for free. And I would get a lot of small jobs that were like, here's $100 to take a picture with this, or here's $200 to take a picture with this, or here's $50 for that. Free products or free hotels. They're amazing and they are great, but they don't pay your rent. I'd be able to travel the world and live like kind of like a luxury diva lifestyle that I like to live. So what I had to do is I had to get a side job. And the side job, I freaking hated. I hated. If you ever had a job, or if you currently have a job that you freaking hate, that you dread going to, that you hate waking up in the morning to, that pisses you off, let me know in the comments below. Because, like, I don't know, it was a struggle for me. I ended up getting a night job at, like, this bar club. And I freaking hated it. I hated it. I hated it for every fucking reason under the sun. I hate loud music. I hate stupid drunk people. I hate men trying to hit on me. That whole vibe is just not for me, but I needed a job that allowed me to wake up whenever I wanted and was flexible with my travels and gave me time to work on my blog and my career during the day. But I dreaded this job. I hated this job. It paid the bills. It allowed me to travel. So for that, I am grateful for. But Jesus Christ, every single time it came to like 8 p.m. at night, I would try to come up with 100 freaking reasons of why I shouldn't go to work. I would say I'm sick. I'm not feeling good. I have to finish this other thing. I would make up every reason under the sun until I got to situations where I had no choice but to go. And that even made me madder. So I hated the fact that from one sense, I was living my dream life. Like I was traveling the world. Like my first year, I went to 18 countries. And the second year, I think was like 13 countries. And I did really cool shit. But I hated the fact that I had to have something else support that and make that happen. Every single time I would go to my job, I just felt like mentally and energetically, it would just pull me away from my purpose and dreams and everything. This was going on for basically like 3.5, 4 years of my career. And then in 2018, everything changed for me. Something really interesting started happening. Influencers, regular people, photographers, average people, which is regular people, started creating their own Lightroom presets and selling it. And I just literally, like, I felt like overnight, I just went on Instagram and everyone had presets. And I'm like, what is going on? What is this? I don't understand. And everyone started selling and creating presets. And at first I was like, seriously? Like, people buy that? Like, that makes no sense. Like, people are buying filters, photo filters. Like, it made absolutely no sense to me. I literally thought people were crazy. I swear. The first 2 times I saw it, that's what I thought. First 2, 3, 4 times, I want to say. I thought everyone was crazed. But then I kept seeing everyone do it. The biggest influencers, like graphic designer friends, like photographer friends, regular friends. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, what is happening? And this is when I discovered creating a digital product. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was sketched out in the beginning. I'm like, there's no way people are selling this. Like, it makes no sense. But then I kept seeing people sell it. Like, I saw them sell it. And I started to speak to some of these people because they were my friends. And I'm like, wait, this is so bizarre. And then one of my really good friends, one of my best friends, Kelly, who's also an influencer, but she at the time she was more of a graphic designer. She sold it. She decided that she was going to create them because it's like she saw everyone else do it. She decided she was going to do it. I was like, I'm going to stick to my other photo editing apps. And I kind of let her do her own thing and everyone do their own thing. And I kind of sat back and watched for a while. And I'm like, okay, let's see how Kelly's situation goes. If it goes well, I'm going to do it too. So Kelly does it. And Kelly sells, I believe, $6,000. I don't know if it was her first week or her first weekend. I believe, though, that it was the first weekend. And I was like, what? Are you shitting me? What? Like, wait, I don't understand. Like, seriously, like, show me. She showed me her analytics, and I'm like, holy shit. This is crazy. I have to do this. This is insanity. So I started to learn how to edit on Lightroom, and I taught everything to myself from scratch. I knew how to edit before from other apps, but Lightroom is so different because it's the highest form of photo editing. And there's an infinite amount of things that you can do on there, which I teach everything in my course. So there's a whole course inside of my course, which is part of the bonuses, that literally teaches you how to edit like a pro from scratch so that you know what every little button on Lightroom does. Even if you have absolutely no experience editing, you never edited anything before, you will learn after this course. I already have students in the course. I'm getting pictures every single day on Instagram from them, like showing me their process, asking me if this is okay, if this looks good, what do I think about this? So I decided I was going to give this Lightroom preset a chance. And I was learning how to edit and create my own Lightroom presets at the time. And I struggled a lot in the beginning because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how, like, I would basically try to Google everything and would spend hours upon hours trying to figure this out on my own. I would make 100 mistakes that literally would lead me to sleepless nights and crying my freaking eyes out and wanting to give up. And then I figured out, like, that I downloaded the wrong thing that looks very similar, or I clicked the wrong thing, or I don't know, these little things, or certain information wasn't online. And I was just trying to get bits and pieces of stuff. And somehow I managed to create my Lightroom preset. So it took me a half a year to learn how to edit by myself because I was 1,000% self-taught. I knew what certain tools did. At least I thought I knew. I thought I knew what certain tools did, and I realized that I did not. And it's so interesting. I always say this. Before Lightroom, I used to have to take my photos through 4 different apps to create what I create just on Lightroom. To create like a really high quality photo that really brings out the colors, that makes it look dreamy and magical. Like the way that like my mind and my brain and my imagination sees it. So after I taught myself how to edit for a half a year, I decided it is time. It is time to create my Lightroom presets. With creating my Lightroom presets, I'm an extremist. I decided to create 141 filters. And I started with just 20. Maybe things would have looked different for me. But I started with 141 filters, which went really well. I'm not going to lie to you. But it was a lot of prepping and organizing and strategizing and all those things. And also building a store and not knowing how to do that. I didn't know how to do anything, but I figured it out. It took me a couple of weeks after I learned how to edit photos professionally. It took me a couple of weeks and I created my presets. And ultimately, it was literally the best decision I've ever made. Best decision I've ever made. Like literally top 5 best decisions I've ever made. My first digital product. Digital products are amazing, you guys, because you don't have inventory. 0 inventory. So it doesn't cost you anything to create them. And on top of it, you can sell an infinite amount. It's like you can sell 1 million. Legit. So the opening day finally came, the launch day, and I launched my Lightroom presets. And in one weekend, I made $7,600, you guys. Freaking crazy. Now, my friend Kelly, till this day, makes between $2,000 to $3,000 every single week since 2018. Now, what was so amazing to me was that I kept selling them because I had built a strategy, a couple of different strategies and methods to creating and turning my Lightroom presets into passive income. It's one thing to create them and try to sell them, attempt to sell them, and it's another thing to turn it into a passive income. And it's another thing to turn it into a 6-figure income. I've been able to make almost $300,000 with my Lightroom presets in the last couple of years, so since 2019. Now this estimate is from my Shopify store, but I have other stores. I have this, what you see over here. This is from the beginning, from 2019 until 2021. I still have to add in this year, 2022's sales. But I also have 2 different online stores where I sell my Lightroom presets, where no one knows who I am. So if you have the excuse of telling me that you have no followers, it's not relevant, because on my other platforms, no one knows who I am and I still make money. Now, the reason why I'm sharing all this with you today is because Lightroom literally changed my life. Hands down, changed my life. A, I'm obsessed with it, but B, it's literally allowed me to make 6-figure income. Lightroom presets has changed my life. During COVID, had I not had Lightroom presets, I would have been homeless. Hands down. I was a travel blogger who just moved to Miami 2 weeks before the pandemic and the world closed. If I did not have a backup plan, if I did not create a backup passive income plan, I would have been completely screwed. I would have been homeless. I don't even know what I was going to do, what I would have done. You guys know that in 2020, instead of physically working, all I did was get on here and make 5 videos a day and talk to you guys and educate you guys on something that has absolutely nothing to do with travel blogging. But one of the reasons that allowed me to do that was creating my Lightroom preset. It has changed my life. It allowed me to quit that annoying freaking job that I had. Annoying. And I was so grateful. And as the years went by, I obviously made more money as a travel blogger and became a full-time travel blogger. But really, everything changed for me when I started creating my Lightroom presets. And this is why I'm offering my course, Insta-Worthy Filters. My course has 20 lessons, plus a bunch of other videos and bonuses and things like that. But my course has 20 lessons where I take you step by step. It doesn't matter if you've never edited a picture before. It doesn't matter if you have any experience, if you're a photographer, if you have followers, if you're an influencer. None of that matters. All that matters is that you have a drive within you to want to succeed and to create a better life for yourself. I created this course. It's 20 lessons, like I said. It's 6.5 hours of the actual course, but then you have another hour and a half of bonus footages. And there's constantly more of those being added to the course just to help you guys even more. And the course literally takes you step by step on everything you need to know. There's also lots of lessons, have information underneath them, examples, images, downloadable PDFs to allow you and help make your journey easier. So in the course, I'm teaching you how to edit pictures. I'm teaching you how to create Lightroom presets. I'm teaching you how to sell them, how to open an online store, everything you need to know. And then I'm teaching you guys my strategy, my unique strategy that has allowed me to make 6 figures online passive income. Meaning that I created this once, okay? I need you guys to understand this. In 2019, I created this once. I created my store once. I created my preset collections once. And since then, I haven't updated them. And they make me money all the time, every week, every couple of days, sometimes a few days in a row. I'm constantly selling them. I created them once. I invested a small amount of time in my life to learning how to do it, creating it, And since 2019, I haven't updated anything. I haven't created new preset collections. I haven't created new filters. I haven't updated my store, and it still continuously makes you money every single month. And so if this is something that you want to do, if you want to learn how to start making money online, you want to learn how to make passive income, you want to start living your best life ever, having financial freedom, like truly, like, I don't know if you guys know how my life and my day-to-day works, but basically I wake up whenever the fuck I want. I go to sleep whenever I want. I go to sleep. I'm like a kid. That's why this is perfect for me. I go to sleep at like 4:30, watching Netflix and educational shows and spiritual stuff and all that stuff. I wake up at 11:30, sometimes 12. I walk my dog. I make a nice coffee. I chill. I go to the beach whenever I want. I go to the pool whenever I want. I order Uber Eats sometimes 1 to 2 times a day, including yesterday. Yesterday was 2 times a day. And whenever I want to travel, I travel. And I really want people to be, however you want to live your life. But that's just me being me. But I want you to live your life on your term, doing whatever you want. And so if this is something that you want to start taking action on and start shifting your life in however way you want to do this, like for a moment, imagine what it would be like to make another $2 or $3 or $6 or $10,000 every single month. If you like your job, that's great. Stay at your job and make a side hustle money and another $5 or $6 or $10,000 every single month, depending on you, right? Or if you hate your job, you can start this business right now and figure out a way. This is like the pathway to get out of your 9-to-5 job or that job that you hate, whatever it is that you're doing. If you're not fulfilled, if you want more out of life, this course is so amazing. I teach you so much. You guys know me. I'm so detailed and I get so deep into stuff because I really want you guys to succeed. Like, that's my mission in life. My mission in life is really to inspire people and to change people's lives for the better. It's always been my thing. I love seeing people's potential. It really gives me life. It literally gives me life. Like hearing people's stories, how they went from nothing to everything. Like, love it, live for it. And I want you to also have that exact transformational story where you went from like this horrible life, this horrible story, and now you're living your best life ever. Like, this is why I created this course. It's literally why I created this course. To help and to save and to inspire and to allow you to have financial freedom, to build passive income, to do whatever you want, whenever you want, use your money in any way that you want. This is the whole theory and the whole idea behind Insta-Worthy Filters course. So right now the course is $297. This price is only going to be available for a week. It's right now 50% off. It will go up to $600 and then potentially maybe to $700. This is something that you want to take action on. I highly suggest that you sign up below now when the price is low. I've also created a payment plan option to allow this course to be more accessible to more people. It's only $124 a month. It's not a big deal. And on top of it, you're going to be getting 4 bonuses. Now, all of this expires on Friday at midnight. I just want to let you guys know the price Friday at midnight goes up. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I didn't warn you. That always happens. Every single time I release a new product, everyone's like, no, I missed the deadline. I'm letting you know right now, okay? Now, it comes with 4 bonuses. I will explain them right now. So one of them is a whole course on how to edit like a pro. If you know nothing or you know something, this is going to teach you how to edit like a pro on Lightroom and help you and teach you how to create filters. The next bonus is my Lightroom preset organization checklist guide. This is 3 separate PDFs. So one of them is a 12-page Lightroom preset checkout guide. That is a lot to say. But it literally takes you step by step so that you don't miss anything, because there are a bunch of steps. If you miss something, it can screw up your whole rhythm. It can screw up your whole product. You don't want that to happen. So I created a checklist for you guys. It's 12 pages long. I also have another PDF, downloadable, 8 pages, which is things to take into consideration before getting started. And I kind of go over with you different scenarios. I have, it's kind of like a worksheet, but it has a lot of examples and ideas that will allow you to start thinking outside of the box and figure out like how this is all going to go down for you. And then I also have a quick collection checklist. This is when you want to create a few filter packages. This is a checklist. This is exactly out of my notebooks, out of my handbooks. This is exactly what I used. And then on top of it, the third bonus is my favorite photo and video apps to level up your business. This is a whole course on its own. I was going to turn it into a PDF, and then I'm like, no, I want to make a visual. I want to help them a lot. So this course is actually an hour long, where it's 10 lessons, and I take you step by step with different apps that literally, this is how I run my business. I freaking love these apps. I teach you why they're my favorites, how to use them, what are their best features. I show you a bunch of tutorials and examples of cool things that these apps do, life-changing stuff. And then on top of it, until next Friday, you guys, don't say I didn't tell you, there's a fourth bonus, and this is a limited offer bonus. This is not going to be there forever. I just want you guys to know the next bonus is 25 digital product ideas that will make you even more money. So once you've taken the course and now you understand, you have method, you've learned the methods and my strategies of how to turn things into passive income, you take that and you implement that into other products, and then you make yourself even more money. And all of these ideas, you don't need any inventory. You don't need any money to start. It's freaking amazing. Anyways, guys, I love you so much. Enjoy your weekend. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.